I don't know. I'm doing what I'm being told to do.
Right.
You know, I was told to fight Andre Berto, and then I was told to fight Adrian Granados. After that, Keith Thurman said, "Hold on, let me find somebody else real quick." So he's got Jesse Vargas, who I don't think is going to be a walk in the park for him. But we'll see what he's been doing since he's been off. We'll see what he's got left, and then hopefully we'll be taking care of business with Keith Thurman a little bit later on this year. Pretty sure that's official in April. I don't know. My dad knows that there's only two guys I want. That's Keith Thurman, and outside of that, Danny Garcia. We've talked about waiting as long as it takes to fight Keith Thurman because we've done everything we could to make that fight happen. It was a great fight in 2016, and we wanted to be a great fight here in 2018. So we're doing everything that we're supposed to do. I'm doing everything I can do to make the fights happen. So this year you will see Shawn Porter in the ring with Keith Thurman. If not Keith Thurman, maybe Danny Garcia. Jesse's a little bit more than a tune-up, but that's what he wants to do, man. I'm not here to play. You know, some guys are. I'm not here for this. You know, y'all put these cameras in front of me. I didn't come looking for y'all. My job is to fight, to make people stand up and clap, to make some money, take care of my family. These guys out here playing. Keith Thurman has been playing for over a year. So he think he's going to get in there and quote-unquote tune-up with Jesse Vargas. That's going to be a great fight for him. After that, hopefully no slip-ups, and then it's me. But I'm just doing the best I can to wait, be patient, and do the best I can to stay in shape and ready to go when I get the call.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV. So I want to touch on this subject real quick. You know, so I saw an interview Shawn Porter did. Actually had somebody out there. And Shawn Porter says, oh, these fighters are out here playing. You know, they're playing games. He's not playing games. He didn't even want to talk to the media. They threw the media threw the cameras in his face. He's only out there to fight and put asses in the seats, quote unquote. You know, and put some food on the table for his family. So he said that all these fighters out here playing games. He said that Keith Thurman is out here playing games. He said that Danny Garcia is out here playing games. And let me paraphrase a little bit. When Shawn Porter is saying that these fighters are out here playing games, he's referring to the fact that fighters are out here ducking him. That's what he's saying. Playing games, aka ducking. That's what that means. So he's saying that these fighters are out here ducking him. He's saying they playing games. So that's what that means. If you don't understand what I'm trying to say, if you don't understand what Shawn Porter is trying to say, you know. So listen, man. Here's the problem with that. He says that if Keith Thurman comes back and he fights Jesse Vargas, he said that Keith Thurman is definitely fighting Jesse Vargas in April, like I told y'all before in my last video. Go check that out. He said that Keith Thurman is definitely fighting Jesse Vargas. He said that that's not even a tune-up fight. He's going to have problems with Jesse Vargas. But seeing if he don't have problems with Jesse Vargas and he passes the test with flying colors, then we should see Keith Thurman versus Shawn Porter in the future. He said that should be his next fight. Now, he says, here's where it gets tricky. Because then he says, well, if that Keith Thurman fight doesn't take place, then you'll probably see me versus Danny Garcia. But my problem with that is, why would you pick Danny Garcia? Because we know that Errol Spence just got past Lamont Peterson. Errol Spence doesn't have anything scheduled in the upcoming months. And for the rest of 2018, Errol Spence said that he wants to have another fight. He wants to have at least 3 fights. So he's looking to get another fight in sometime soon. So if you don't get the fight with Keith Thurman in April, then why wouldn't? So that would put you in direct line to have a fight this summer with Errol Spence. So why wouldn't he call out Errol Spence? Why would it be Danny Garcia? Because we know Danny Garcia himself has a fight coming up with Brandon Rios. So you calling out Danny Garcia, you're calling out Keith Thurman, but why not call out Errol Spence? Errol Spence's schedule is clear. You can make that fight happen. They both PBC fighters. You know, it should be very easy to make that fight happen. And so this is what I don't understand is Shawn Porter said in a different interview that when asked about him fighting Errol Spence, he says, listen, I'm not in line for that title. What does the title, what does being in line for that title, for the IBF title, that strap that Errol Spence has around his waist, what does being in line for it and being on the schedule for the IBF title, what does that have to do with going to get that strap? What does that have to do with not taking that fight? Why would you call out two people that have scheduled fights? Keith Thurman has a fight scheduled in April. Danny Garcia has a fight coming up with Brandon Rios. So why not take the fight? Why not look to get the fight with Errol Spence? Why not let's make this a round robin? Make this a little tournament. How about that? So when you're saying that Shawn Porter is saying that these fighters are playing games, it kind of seems like you're playing games, because why not take the fight with Errol Spence? Because we all know that Errol Spence, before the fight with Lamont Peterson, during the fight with Lamont Peterson, and directly after the fight with Lamont Peterson, Errol Spence was saying that Shawn Porter didn't want no smoke. He said that Shawn Porter didn't step up to the plate before the Lamont Peterson fight, because he would have had that. He said that, listen, had Shawn Porter, Danny Garcia, or Keith Thurman answered the door when he was knocking on it, he wouldn't have had the fight with Lamont Peterson. So we clearly know, and we know that Errol Spence clearly doesn't play games. So we know that Errol Spence obviously reached out to Shawn Porter and his team to make that fight happen. So you turned down the fight, basically, Errol Spence paraphrasing, and you turn down the fight with Errol Spence. So now Errol Spence's schedule is free once again, and you don't have nothing set on your schedule. So why not take the fight with Errol Spence? Why wait around for Keith Thurman to see how Keith Thurman looks versus Jesse Vargas? Or why wait around to see how Danny Garcia fares against Brandon Rios? Why not put a date on your schedule and get the fight with Errol Spence? Because we know that Errol Spence would gladly accept the challenge. So why not give us the fight with Errol Spence? Because listen, Errol Spence's schedule is clear. It's abundantly clear. Errol Spence didn't take a lot of punishment in the Lamont Peterson fight. Lamont Peterson took the brunt of the punishment in that fight. I'm pretty sure Errol Spence will enter the door. He will enter and open it and accept the challenge of fighting Shawn Porter this spring or in the summertime. We all know this. So why not? So if you're saying that these fighters are playing games, Shawn Porter, then why won't you give the fans and the people what they would like to see is Errol Spence versus you? Why don't you knock on Errol Spence's door and say, listen, everybody else is busy. Nobody else can come out to play. They all have something scheduled. So why don't you come step in the sandbox with me and play with me? Since you think that all the other fighters are playing games, then why don't you step up to the challenge and take the fight with Errol Spence? That would just make all the sense in the world. Seeing as though Errol Spence doesn't have anything scheduled and you yourself don't have anything scheduled. So why this is January. So why would you wait 3 months down the line to see how Keith Thurman fares, or how Brandon Rios, how Danny Garcia fares with Brandon Rios? Why not already schedule a fight with Errol Spence in March? Why not schedule a fight with Errol Spence in May or in June? And then you could you still seeing if you get past Errol Spence, then you still could schedule a fight versus Keith Thurman or Danny Garcia in September or October. Why not do that? So if you're saying that all these fighters are playing games, it seems like you yourself are playing games, because you need to schedule a fight with Errol Spence, because Errol Spence doesn't have anything on the record, on his resume. I mean, on his schedule right now. He's not booked up. He's not busy. He just finished the fight. And I'm pretty sure he didn't take a lot of damage in that fight. And I'm pretty sure, seeing as though the way Errol Spence calls everybody out, I'm pretty sure he would answer the bell. So it would only be right for Shawn Porter to take on Errol Spence next. You don't have to be in line for the IBF title to take the challenge. He's in and away around your weight class. He's promoted by the same promoter. He's managed by the same manager. He's on the same network. There's no reason why you shouldn't take that fight. And you lost your belt, your IBF strap, to Kell Brook. He took the belt from Kell Brook. So why don't you go and get that strap back? When you say that fighters are playing games, it's a contradiction. You can't say fighters are playing games and you yourself don't step up to the challenge. You can't say everybody else is playing games. Errol Spence is the exception. Come on, let's get the fight. Let's give the people what they want. So that's all I got for y'all. Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell icon to get all the new notification. And please, make sure you smash that like button. Blue Blood Sports TV. Peace.